Being a mutant, you can have all types of different powers, from controlling the weather to shooting lasers out of your eyes, or being able to manipulate metal. And I think as Marvel fans, we'd like to imagine ourselves having these extreme powerful powers that make us seem like a god or make us seem all powerful. But to be honest, the chances of us getting those omega level mutant powers are very slim. We're most likely going to have powers that are completely useless or impractical to any situation.
Oh my neck!
And that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to see which mutants have the worst and most useless powers of all time. If you like this type of content, then be sure to like and subscribe for more. Alright, kicking off our list, we have Barnell Bohusk, aka Beak. Beak had a hard time coming to terms with how he looked and accepting his mutation. He would get made fun of and get shamed for how he looked by his fellow teenagers, who gave him the nickname Beak. He's originally from the Netherlands, but he made his way to the Xavier's institution in hopes of being accepted by fellow mutants just like him. But unfortunately, he discovered otherwise. But despite this, Beak found comfort in a special class taught by Zorn, which grouped together similarly marginalised mutants just like him. Beak was created by Grant Morrison and Ethan Van Sciver, and he first appeared in New X-Men number 117. Now, the reason why I put Beak in having one of the worst mutations is because it's described that he has a bird-like mutation that gives him feathered wings. So you might be thinking, oh, he's like Angel, he can fly around and drop teammates off, but no, he's only able to fly for a limited amount of time. And Beak's mutation also makes his bones hollow and light. How does this work? I have no idea. He has enhanced vision, which gives him the ability to see at night and at long ranges. And he does have talons on his hands and feet, which can rip off flesh. So, I'm trying to make him look cooler than he actually is. But let's be honest, if Beak was on your X-Men team and Juggernaut approaches him, what is he gonna do? Or better yet, what if Pyro gets hungry and he wants a 2-piece chicken meal? But I will say that Beak is very charismatic, he's very good at making friends, which is probably why he actually does have a love interest, Angel Salvador. And not only does he have a love interest, but they have 6 kids together. The reason why I didn't put Beak higher up on this list is because he does get an upgrade. He does get the black wingsuit. This suit gives him the ability to fly, have enhanced strength, and shoot energy blasts from his hands. And it also gives him enhanced protection. So they basically turn him into Bird Iron Man. Next on our list, we have Forget-Me-Not. If you know about X-Men and Marvel, then you already know that this character was going to make an appearance on this list. Forget-Me-Not's powers are that he can't be remembered. Whoever he's interacting with, as soon as he leaves their vicinity, they forget about him, essentially making him a very lonely character, which is kinda sad when you think about it. Even the main man himself, Professor X, is unable to sense Forget-Me-Not, so he had to place a psychic reminder in his own mind, force himself to remember that he exists once every hour. As for his origin, because of the nature of his power, very little is known about him. We know that he joined the X-Men, who were largely unaware of his entire existence. Created by Simon Spear and Tengden Hua, Forget-Me-Not would make his first appearance in X-Men Legacy 300. His powers are so strong that not even technology can remember him, which basically makes him the perfect super spy to go undercover to get info on enemies. Next on our list, we have Robert Herman, aka Glob Herman. Not much is known about the history of Glob Herman before his mutation. All we know that his mutation is a very strange one. I mean, look at him.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way!
His entire body is composed of a wax-like material, with his skeleton and major organs floating inside. Like I said before, because his body is made up of a wax-like material, it makes his body very flammable. So again, don't put him against someone like Pyro, because he'll be cooked literally. He can also throw pieces of his body to his targets, but surprisingly this doesn't hurt him, nor being set on fire. It seems to have no physical damage on him. His mutation also enhances his physical abilities, giving him enhanced agility, speed, endurance and senses. Soon after Glob discovered his mutation, he joined the Xavier Institution, and very soon he would be known as the class clown and troublemaker. He befriended a classmate called Quentin Quire. Herman joined the Omega Mutants with Quire after the death of a mutant fashion designer, Jumbo Carnation, who was unfortunately killed by anti-mutant activists. Just like Beak, Glob Herman was created by Grant Morrison and Ethan Van Sciver in New X-Men issue 117. Fun fact, Glob Herman does make an appearance in live action. I believe he was in X-Men 3 when Magneto rallied his mutants and they were storming to get the cure. You can briefly see him getting shot by the cure for like a millisecond. And I do remember he was in X-Men 97 when they were on Genosha. The reason why I put Glob Herman in the worst and most useless powers is because ultimately, even though he doesn't feel pain when he's set on fire, there's not much that he can do. Sure, he has enhanced strength, but it's not comparable to the threats that they will face. Alright, and next one that's going to be very short is Longneck. Nothing's really known about him apart from his name and his powers. He's really only a background character, although he did help Cyclops oppose Zorn's rampage. As for his mutation, he has a slightly longer neck than the normal person. To be honest with you, I don't even know what to say. How could his powers ever be useful in an X-Men team or any superhero team, to be fair? The only way he could be useful in a fight if he swings his long neck like a giraffe when they're fighting each other. The next mutant on our list is someone called Ugly Johnny, and just like Longneck, his section of the video is going to be very short because there's not that much to his character. Ugly Johnny was born in Australia, where he was hunted down by a sentinel. That was until Wolverine and Cyclops helped to defeat it. They both decided to deliver him to Westchester. During their flight, the plane crashed on an island where they were all attacked by sentinels. Then they were all held captive by Cassandra Nova, who tried to execute Steve, but only made him suffer. Later, Cyclops managed to break free and finished everyone with a single blast. Ugly Johnny's mutation is that he has 3 faces, and that's it. It's not like each face can like do something different, like maybe the right face can spit fire or the left face can throw acid or something. He's just a normal dude with 3 faces. And it's kinda sad because he doesn't refer to himself as Ugly Johnny. He calls himself Steve, but his friends, that's what they call him. Next on our list, we have a character called Bailey Hoskins. Now, when you talk about a useless power, this kid has one of the worst mutations ever. His mutation gives him the ability to blow himself up, self-destruction as it's called. And it's not like he has a regeneration factor that allows him to survive the explosion. No, that's it. Once he blows up, he's dead. And it's honestly sad because he wanted to be a part of the X-Men and he was theorizing what his powers could be. And he was hoping to get a cool one, until Beast discovered what his mutation was, and he basically explained him the whole scenario of his powers and why he would be a bad fit to be any superhero. And it's sad because you can see his face going from a brightful, hopeful child to someone that's never going to achieve their dream. The next and final person we have on our list is someone called Ice Scream. And by that name, yes, it's what you're thinking. His mutant ability is to turn his whole body into ice cream. And he often gets ridiculed by humans and mutants alike for his ridiculous power. His backstory is actually kinda sad and funny at the same time. After seeing the X-Men in action, he became jealous of their gifts and felt useless. So you know what he did? He planned a scheme to destroy the X-Men. Now, because he can turn his whole body into ice cream, this means he can slip through narrow passageways. He's kind of bulletproof, but his weaknesses are that if he gets extremely cold or hot, he's unable to move or function. You know, instead of trying to be a superhero, he should be an ice cream delivery driver. So next time when you think it's cool to be a mutant because you could possibly join the X-Men and fight Magneto, just remember that you could be born with any of these terrible mutant powers. That's all I have for today. If you like this type of content, then be sure to like, subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.